This is the #1 health crisis facing Americans today that no one is talking about.
That's it.
Hey, I'm Priscilla. I'm your Houston, Texas nurse. I'm going to help you take action today for a healthier tomorrow. What is the #1 health crisis that's facing Americans today that no one is talking about? Caregiver syndrome. What is caregiver syndrome? Caregiver syndrome is the effects, the mental and physical exhaustion associated with caring for someone else. There are millions of Americans hitting the age in their life are going to be dependent on other people. People today are taking care of their parents, or they're advocating for their parents, or they're helping them navigate enough groceries, managing their prescriptions, dealing with hospitals, and overall well-being. 30% of caregivers die before the person that they're caring for. And here's why. Caregiver syndrome is extremely isolating and taxing on the body. A lot of people who are caring and providing free care for those who need it are not actually also taking care of themselves. So here are some things that I have learned in my own journey as a caregiver, and something that I hope that they can help you too. #1 is the term ambiguous loss. So ambiguous loss is mentioned by Dr. Pauline Boss in her book, Loss, Grief, and Resilience. And if you're a caregiver, I would recommend that you read that book. And what she mentions is that ambiguous loss is when there is a grief that has no end. When someone passes away, we have a funeral, and then there is a process for dealing and managing your emotions. It's normal to grieve. It's normal to be sad. You go through the steps of grieving, right? And you are almost expected to act a certain way because there is this loss. The difference here when you're dealing with an aging parent or any other form of loss or a caregiver situation is that there's not a natural grieving process. Why? Because the person is still there. Even if it's just a fragment of the person, it feels wrong to be sad, and it's really hard to kind of manage your grief. It's almost like carrying a burden, but you're still glad that person's there. It makes it really challenging for the person providing care to work through their emotions. So ambiguous loss is something that really helped me, as well as that book. And I hope that can help you too understand mixed emotions that you might be feeling. The second thing that has really helped me and might help you too with caregiver syndrome is understanding the need for advocacy for elderly individuals. I think a lot of people might just assume that getting older, maybe hospitals or physicians will provide the care that's necessary. There's an ocean of an issue. I'm telling you that as a nurse who worked in a hospital for 12 years and as someone who provides care for her father, who is a veteran. So I've dealt with private hospitals, I've dealt with the VA, and let me just tell you, they're too busy. Hospital staff, nurses, caseworkers, physicians, everybody, they're too busy. There is an ocean of people who need help, and unless you're willing to be a very squeaky wheel, you are very likely to suffer from medical complications or not getting the right care that you need. Just understanding that can help you, because being a caregiver sometimes feels like banging your head against the wall, and it just doesn't make any sense. I have dealt with so many frustrations, and I'm a nurse and I'm familiar with the healthcare system, and I do not understand how people do this who do not have a medical background. It is so incredibly challenging. So just understanding that, I think, can help you metabolize the struggles that you might be going through. It's not easy, and it is an upward battle. I don't think that has really helped me, and maybe it can help you too, is Becoming the healthiest version of you today is the best thing that you can do for the person that you're caring for and for those who might be caring for you in the future. Being unhealthy as you age is extremely hard, and being reliable on other people can be very challenging. So some of the biggest hurdles to overcoming that is to decrease your frailty as you age, improve your strength, and maintain your independence. You can take action today to prevent disease, and taking control, taking the reins of your health today, decreasing inflammation, building muscle, boosting your metabolism, incorporating daily movement, eating a nutrient-dense diet, and managing stress. All these things are some of the best things that you can do today to not just help you be stronger for those that need you, but also to decrease the burden that you could potentially become on other people. And listen, life happens, and life can change in the blink of an eye. My sweet father did so many things in his life right. He was at the gym when he had symptoms of a stroke. He worked out regularly. He ate well, but even still, life happens. And I truly believe he's alive today because of so many things that he did for his health and wellness leading to that point when he did suffer a stroke. And also, as a caregiver, I know in order for me to be there for my father, one of the worst times when I wasn't able to be there for my father and I was actually a burden to other people, and my absence put more of a stress on other people, was when I was suffering from my own health issues over the last couple of years. So taking the reins of my own health was one of the best things that I could do to be there for those that I love and prevent stress on other people's lives too. And when you look at it that way, it actually becomes a lot easier to make choices, to make compromises in your life in order to be your best self. It's not easy, so don't think that it is. If you really want to hear how not easy it is, you can go watch my video on why I gained 15 pounds in the last year. So just know that it will pay off and you're not alone. And if you have any questions on caregiver syndrome or anything else to do for caring for a loved one, I would love to be there for you. So please comment below. If you found this helpful, hit like, and I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel for more info. Take care.